Hi guys, we're back again. Been a while, hasn't it?
It has been a while.
Yeah.
Indeed. Indeed it is.
But
Yeah.
we're back with some more Ace Attorney
Ace Eternity
Chronicles.
Chronicles, yes. We are now at the episode of... Well, we're actually visiting one of the detectives.
Well,
As you can
actually,
see.
it's Sherlock's Holmes' place, or he's actually
Yeah.
staying.
Yeah, and we actually met how you can say that? A partner, or perhaps a roommate.
Yep.
9th of February, 2:38 p.m. Brer Road.
Looks like the police are still here, carrying on the investigation.
Perfect. So let's find Inspector Rexon as quickly as possible.
Yes, let's see if he takes a break from his chips to look at the silver tip Iris gave us for him.
Fish and chips. There he is again. And a Luigi.
I can go to other places. I can still go to show suit. Inspector Grayson, do you have a moment?
I'm sorry to say, I don't. I'm a very busy man. Much too busy to talk to a pair of foreign gadabouts. That's for sure.
We have these for you. A present from Miss Iris Wilson.
What? For me? From her ladyship?
Her ladyship?
Squeezing the chips there.
Give that here! At once! Come on, hand it over! That's for me!
Don't wait for me to give it to you, will you?
Squeeze the chips into...
What's the coin exactly?
It's a silver crown, obviously, but it's a lot more than that. It's an appearance fee, that's what it is.
An appearance fee? Oh, I see, you mean...
That's right. For the adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
Somebody is simping about him.
Her ladyship always offers me a little financial reward for featuring me. Every time.
Yes, of course. I know all about your exploits, Inspector. I read them at Fightly.
Of course, her using my name without my say-so does make me the butt of a lot of unpleasant jokes. But still...
Joke's on you.
I guess he's eating his fish and chips again. I'm sorry, Inspector, but that must be different for you.
Never you mind that. So, what do you want to know then, eh?
Sorry?
Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem, it says. Well, it obviously is not a problem. Go on, fire away. What do you want to know?
Well, if you wouldn't mind, Inspector. We are very much like to know the address of Mr. Natsume's lodgings.
Ah, the little knife-wielding mustache Japanese fellow? He lives in a right old hovel. It's just over there. Look! On the first floor of that house, on the corner where that wreck of a bicycle is propped up.
That's a nearby indeed.
If I remember rightly, the landlord is a Mr. John Garadeb. That's an interesting name. Right, well, if you see her again, you make sure you give her ladyship my regards, you hear? I mean it. You tell her that Gregson sends his very best wishes.
Don't worry, Inspector, we will.
Goodbye for now, then, and long live her ladyship.
All hail to the Queen Elizabeth. Well, at least he told us what we wanted to know before he left.
Yes. Soon then, shall we go see what we can find in Mrs. Natsume's loggings?
Definitely.
Yeah, thank
A
you.
new location has been added.
I want to still check on our buddy.
15th of February, local prison, cell 9. It seems that we can't meet with Mr. Natsume at the moment.
Oh.
He's briefed about his appearance in court tomorrow, apparently.
I see. Yes, the trial is only a day away. Alright then, let's come back later.
Yeah.
Really hope he's not answering any more questions with inappropriate textbook answers like, yes I do.
Will you marry me?
There he is, silent. Okay, nobody here. That's quick.
Nineteenth of February, Mr. Natsume's lodgings. May I help you?
Ah yes, would this be the resident of Mr. John Garadeb?
And did it what, sir? And who, may I say, is calling?
Mr. Seke Naruhodo, I mean...
Mr. Naruhodo is representing Mr. Soseki Natsume. I believe he takes lodgings here. We would very much like to ask him some questions about our client. One moment, please. I shall convey the message to Mr. Garadeb.
You see that, Miss Susato? That was a real-life English maid.
Oh, as I understand it, everyone of standing in English society and pleased of the number of household staff. But was the first time I ever seen one in the flesh. Oh, this day keeps getting better.
It only feels like we're really arrived now, doesn't it?
We need only to meet a butler, and the experience will be complete. Well, at least there's a butler school here nearby. An academy, actually.
Well, I'm not sure if I will go that far, but I understand the sentiment.
Thank you for the waiting. Mr. Garrett will see you now, this way. There he is.
Should I voice him or do you want to, Sira?
Whoa.
Yeah, expensive.
Look at this crocodile on display. Is rather unusual, isn't it?
Oh my, Gunny London Darasa. Isn't it delightful? Oh, Joe, the shelves seem to be broken and the crockery is, oh dear, it's in pieces.
It really is. The worst crackheads wouldn't do that Chinese wear justice.
I wonder. Perhaps the cannon was fired at it.
Yeah, it's probably something like that. Don't let the delve too deeply here.
I have a feeling this guy was a general. Look at that enormous screen. It must have been put there deliberately, surely.
Yes, it seems like someone's trying to hide something from the view. What's behind it, I wonder.
I'm going to have a very quick look. Just a little peek.
Maybe that's not
Maybe.
Miss
Maybe not.
Soto. I think that maid is going to head us off with a cup of tea.
Let's talk. Good day to you. John Corridapt at your service. Pleased to meet you, sir. This is Rinasuke Naruhiro. He's a defense lawyer. Do excuse me not getting up. Took a shot to the knees of Furious back in the Battle of Maiwant, don't you know? Earned a medal for my pains, but I had to withdraw from service. Handed over the reins to the oncomings.
He's a retired soldier.
It's a hell of a job getting up and downstairs now, I can tell you. Don't get too much, as you can imagine.
Yeah, it's quite a climb here to the second floor, isn't it? I was planning at the stairs of the stairs.
You really must take more exercise, Mr. Naruhiro.
Do you think so?
Well, Mr. Garrett, no doubt you were very courageous to earn yourself a medal. Oh, it was nothing. The medal's just for all, really. Wouldn't like to offend the general, though, so I grudgingly displayed it on the wall. Why don't you fetch it down, John? Let these good people see it properly. John, fetch the... Dash it all, woman! Be careful! Pardon me, I beg your pardon, sir. You jolly nearly took the skin off my hands. I shall be more careful, sir. So anyway, there you have it. Living the quiet life now.
Yes, I see.
Now, Dan, I hear you want to know about the chap lodging downstairs, is that right?
Yes, we would be very grateful if you could answer some questions for.
Only to please, naturally. Especially if it helps to keep the peace here in Brackley. We have forged an alliance with the Empire of Japan recently, as I'm sure you're aware. So in this case, this is very much in the public eye, as you were.
Oh, is it?
Even had some famous detective poking around, you know, in this old house. Would you believe?
Yeah, Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
Meh. Could have been. Didn't catch up the champ's name. Not really my cup of tea. All the detective business.
Oh, but you have a copy of Rent's magazine here, so.
No.
Anyway, the chap's investigating for fortunes room was, as we speak.
So he's in the sickest room and room.
It's a bad nuisance. It's what it is. The two neighborhoods twitching in its curtains now. I don't like all this fuss. It's jolly unsettling.
About Mr. Natsume, then, Mr. Gardapt. Please do tell us.
Ah, yes, the Japanese chap. Only been lodging here for a week.
Oh, that's a week? So you moved in very recently then?
I have two lodgers most of the time. One on the ground floor and just one below us. The first floor room became available. Dash it all, John! Do be careful!
Oh, my goodness, I'm terribly sorry, sir. Oh, if you want to know my opinion, thought he was a shady short for a moment. I set eyes upon him. Oh, why? He seemed to have the most nervous disposition, always shaking and looking over his shoulder. The man had a shady written across the sweat-soaked brow, if you ask me. I said to myself, Juan, that man is trouble. Sooner or later he's going to do something untoward. And I'm rarely wrong about anything.
You won't be calling this mate as a witness, that's for sure. Ah!
Was there anything else that struck as you suspicious about the man at all? Oh! Yes! Oh, yes! Indeed there was!
And she is dying to tell us.
The shady lodger.
Did you notice anything else about your lodger, Miss? Oh.
Oh! Oh! On my word, yes, the man was shadier than an orchard. Could you elaborate? Well, take the man's room, absolutely stuffed full of books. It is more than anyone could ever read. And he never as much as passes a time of the day with another living soul. I haven't seen a single visitor call. It Alice just trots off in the old bookshop every single day and comes back at 5 to light the gas fire. At the moment, little man was long past the time. Everyone else in the house has gone to bed too.
Oh, I see.
The gentleman on the ground floor goes to bed at around 9 each night. But I never known a Japanese fellow to retire any earlier than 2 in the morning.
Ah,
Could you clarify something, I wonder?
What, pray?
How do you know so much about Mr. Natsune's routine?
Oh!
I understand that neither of the lodgers live on this floor of this house. Is that correct?
Look, 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 look. That's right, yes. They're both below us, on the first floor and street level.
Then, how is it that you know so much about the lives of their lodgers? The precise times that they come back in the evening, for example. Even the times they go to bed.
uh-oh.
Good grief, Joanne! Be more careful, woman! Oh my goodness, sir! I'm terribly sorry, sir. There was so much tea in that teacup. Oh my god.
Too much for good. Let's head up here. Seems that the incident took place around 5 in the evening. Something happened to look out the window at around that time.
The window?
Yes, we noticed that the window over there looks out to Brer Road. The incident took place on a pavement just on the far side of the street. Was there anyone suspicious loitering nearby?
Uh, 5 o'clock is dinner time for the Gareb household. So I'm afraid I don't remember seeing anything. How about you, John? No, sir. It would have been dusk outside already that hour. And Mr. Fogg as well. I should think I could have been quite impossible to see the other side of the road.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, United Kingdom is kind of a foggy in the morning.
Did you notice anything else about the ordinary then?
Such as?
Anything at all, even if it seems unrelated.
Well...
Yes, was there something then?
Well, there's not plenty of second about the short of the time. For the love of God, John, watch what you're doing. This is like the 5th time you spilled tea over my pants. Oh, Jerry B, what I have done? Awfully sorry, sir. Be more careful, woman.
Of course, sir. If I may, Mr. Narrow Harrow?
Yes.
I have an exceedingly good memory, and as far as I remember, nothing of any scientific took place here at this hour. Nothing at all.
Oh, really? Is it geared up? We were talking before, sound like there might been.
Oh well, if it's here, just receiving metal, really nothing. Oh! John, dash it all! What's the matter with you, woman?
Yes, that is a good question.
Begging your pardon, sir. Nothing happened. Oh. Yes, quite. Nothing happened. We sat down to quiet even for a meal. John? That's right, Mr. Garrep.
What's the matter with these two?
One looks like a moon because the hair is like in the like above and the beard like that.
It sounds like something happened here in this room on the evening of the incident, but what?
I wish I knew. Can you tell us which floor Mr. Natsume's room is on?
Right, certainly, just below us on the first floor.
And Mr. Jones is investigating there, even as we speak?
Yes, that's his name had asked him to look into the matter, so I gave him the key.
Mr. Natsumi has engaged Mr. Jones' services?
That's a bad lie. Would it be alright if we also had a look around in Mr. Natsume's room, I mean?
I don't see why not. It's just down one flight of stairs.
Not what we will find anything to help us. In case we might have to try. We need all the clues to lie our hands on, shall we?
Yes. And while we're there, we can speak with Mr. Jones again. Perhaps he will be able to tell us more.
Are we going to have a dance again?
Yeah.
A location has been added. Dang.
Meow.
9th of February, Mr. Natsume's room. Damn, it's stuck with books.
The rooms are, and the window is shut.
Yeah.
Brick shut. That's interesting.
With brick.
What? Just look at this place. Smell it too. It must be musty in here. Those amounts of old books that are responsible for that.
I don't think I ever seen so many books in my entire life.
Oh, go to a library, woman. You'll see lots and lots more. No, me neither.
It's so dark in here too.
I see it's my line actually, my bad.
Is that the window over there?
Well, it was the window, I think. Yes, once upon a time. For some reason it's been closed up with bricks and mortar. But this is where Mrs. Sume lives.
By the way, I haven't spotted Mr. Jones anywhere, have you?
Oh, that's true, but according to Mr. Garrett told us, the detective should be around here somewhere investigating.
He's like, under the cat or something.
Look at all these books stacked up out there. They almost reached the ceiling.
They are works of an English literature, and and they all smell so musty.
The volume of books to hand. You'd be short on reading material, would you?
No, that would be a dreamy idea.
Battery maybe, for me at least. When you ever done imagine a book that are on the bottom of the pile now, you will be able to read again?
Ah, so reading is an experience that comes but once in a lifetime, just as a tea ceremony teaches us.
Certainly didn't expect the conversation to turn down battle of tea ceremony philosophy.
Philosophy.
Okay, kitty.
Huh?
Bye, kitty.
What a little cat. Perhaps he's looking after all the books while his master is away.
Something know about that. He disappears in that pile of books as quick as a flash. And it was a tricolor Mickey, wasn't it? Do they even have that sort of cat in here in Great Britain?
Perhaps Mr. Natsum brought a little creature with him from Japan.
Made me feel homesick now.
Already? Been in the country for 2 days. Oh, look, it's a beckoning cat from home.
Bit big and bulky, isn't it? Isn't it assuming didn't bring the Mickey Neko all the way to Japan with him?
I hardly think you're in position to comment, Mr. Naruhodo-san. Are you forgetting the enormous Daruma doll that you brought in your luggage?
Well, that can be dangerous traveling aboard. I want a lucky charm.
Well, I imagine Mr. Natsume wants the same, and this cat is sure to beacon good luck on him.
Not doing a very good job so far, it is.
You mustn't say such things.
I didn't say a word! Ew, why are my eyes such a giveaway?
The dusk seems to be wedged into the crevice between the mountain's books on the other side. Either side.
I suppose Mr. Natsume would sit there and read while he's stroking his cat. On all sides with this tongue of old totems. He dreamed of books every night as well.
Have done, mustn't he? Oh, what's this? It's a receipt from the second-hand bookshop. Your books.
Yes, and his name is on it. And look, the date is of purchase. 2 days ago at 4:45 p.m.
Or 45 p.m., yeah.
The day of the incident.
That's just a short while before he was embroiled with a terrible attack. He must have been this way back from buying some old books.
Second-hand book receipt has been ended in the court record.
Be right back, guys.
Actually, me too.
Could you even call this a window? I have to wait.
Stepped out of my zone.
Alright.
Alright, I'm back.
Come back. Still waiting for Sira now.
I think so. It was a window at one time, after all. Although, all that remains is a fame around those bricks now.
I guess it's a brick wall.
It got bricked after all.
Very funny.
That was good.
Sorry, I had to add it.
You don't say.
Am I like? So it really is a wall then. Why would anyone deliberate brick it up like that?
I'm afraid I have no idea. Ah! Perhaps Mr. Natsume painted a brick design on the fit of whimsy.
That's alarming, feasible.
Feasible,
Anyway,
yeah.
whatever the reason, the lack of ventilation here makes the place very opposite.
It does. I imagine being cooped up in a room like this would be extremely trying. Yeah, it's not good for the household actually. When everything is bricked up and closed off, instead of getting fresh air, the bacteria will actually linger around to you, giving that kind of a smell. Hey, there he is. He's reading a book.
Where was
He
he
was not
earlier?
there. Yeah, he was not there a second ago.
Ah, look, Mr. Naruhodo.
He's reading finally a book. Doing something in his life that is relaxing.
Yeah, a book full of pictures, yes.
Book of
Aha,
himself, no doubt.
there he is. Where did he appear from?
He seems to be engrossed into the pages from an old book.
Huh. I guess he didn't die from old age. Alright.
At least he gets getting a deep dive into a book.
For sure.
I hope he won't mind if we disturb him.
I hope not.
Hello? Mr. Sholmes?
I'd like to bother you if you don't mind. Otherwise we'll
Yes,
tumble
but-
you over. Get open.
What's up, buddy? We want to have a word with you. Come over here.
Hmm. Ah, you two. Good day.
Good day.
Now, let me see. Where was it that we met?
Oh, Mr. Sholmes. We were together on the SS Buria.
Yes, of course. The Booyah. And let me see. What happened on that voyage?
It was Casamir Soki. He died very. But you were a great help to help us.
Ah, yes, of course. The case of Mr. Soji. It was the one with the snake, wasn't it?
Oh,
Well, you seem to remember something of it, at least.
what an honor to be remembered factually by the great Herlick Sholmes. This is Mr.
Oh, no, 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 my dear madam. Hold your tongue. I pride myself on my superior powers of recollection. Your names are safely recorded in my brain attic.
At least it's not a brain not stuffed with mold from the room. Still.
Miss Naruto
No.
and Mr. Sasato.
Told ya. His brain
Try
is
the other way around, Mr. Sholmes.
I lose the first round.
At least he was close.
Yeah, just gentle swap them, why don't you? In truth, I had hoped to invite you both to my Baker Street suite the day we arrived in London. But some Scotland Yarders ambushed me at the railway station and whisked me away to a crime scene. It was an entirely trivial case, of course. I solved the matter in no more than 30 minutes.
Oh, good for you, buddy.
Congratulations. You won a medal for that?
They apprehended the Shiki-san in that short amount of time.
I'm afraid the pursuance of a new case has dulled my recollection of my past involvements a little.
A little?
It is a mistake to think that one's brain attic has elastic walls and can descend to any extent. I do my best to forget the useless facts, lest they should elbow out the useless ones. Yes, those are my own words of inimitable wisdom, you know, from an adventure entitled A Study in Scarlet.
Please, there's no need to quote yourself.
I don't always remember my pearls of wisdom, but fortunately my associate pens them beautifully.
It means ours, I suppose.
Mr. Sholmes, we have some extremely important questions to ask you about the driver case you just mentioned.
Goodness, what an earnest expression. My dear madam, I should be only too pleased. And this murky room is an apt place to discuss the murky case.
You want to know this is the belonging of a Japanese foreign student by the name of Ryusuke Natsume. It seems that you assisted his arrest, Mrs. Jones. We're stabbing a young woman behind here on the Bury Road.
Natsume. Yes, I believe it was a name rather along those lines.
But Mr. Natsumi denies it. It was really justifiable to arrest him in that so little.
I'm sorry, Mr. Sato. But I have not the slightest idea what you mean.
What?
I believe he looked this on Skrelly in the eye while, or did yes.
I assure you, I am not merely feigning ignorance. It would appear as if the pair of you are under some misapprehension.
Oh, how?
I assure you, I have no recollection of accusing your stooped compatriots of the crime.
But it doesn't make sense.
The good detective of Scotland Yard made the following request of me, and I quote verbatim. We need you to ascertain the identity and whereabouts of a man seen fleeing the crime scene.
Ah, a man seen fleeing.
There were a number of books scattered on the pavement at the scene. From the book plate, I was quickly able to determine the bookshop from which they had been purchased. On speaking with the proprietor, I was immediately led to this address. Elementary, wouldn't you say? I believe there is a receipt around here somewhere from the establishment in question.
So you don't think Mr. Summer is the culprit then?
That I could not tell you. But it was aggravating my faculty, hence why I returned here. However, this place is such a trove of fascinating books, I found myself quite lost in bibliophily. That's a hard word. Do not be deceived into believing that I am a man of leisure. No, no, no.
Oh dear.
Tell me. Have you encountered the landlord of these lodgings?
Yes, Mr. Garrett, a retired military man.
It was the first time I ever met a soldier from the great British institution that is in services.
It was the first time I ever met a mate from the institute that is service. I didn't know that was that funny.
As you may well be aware, many households in London employ a maid.
Yes, I read as much as my Great Britain primer.
And so conversely, whether or not a household employee's maid has come to betoken the social standing of those dwelling therein.
Token their social standing, sorry?
Put simply, my dear fellow, those who employ at least a single maid are considered middle class. Those who do not are beneath them. In the upper echelons of society, of course, households employ enough staff to constitute a large family.
Goodness, how extraordinarily.
As you can appreciate, for those on the precarious boundary between the middle and lower classes, being able to afford just one maid is of the first importance.
I have no idea.
And it is for precisely that reason that I find great stimulation in this situation upstairs. Specifically, in the retired army veteran Mr. John Garrett's death.
Oh?
Affable as he is, the fellow is hiding something. Whether or not it imposes on the circumstances of this case, I am as yet unable to ascertain.
I'm totally lost on what he means to say.
This room is thoroughly suffocating for the soul, my dear fellow. I assure you, any man whose lot is to dwell in a place such as this will stab somebody sooner or later.
Mr. Natsume has stabbed no one!
Ah, but sooner or later, as I said.
I don't believe that's the issue here.
Although this dark little room as it shows. Why is there no longer a window? Do you have an idea?
No window?
Well, I mean, I can clearly see that there's a window of sorts. Being completely blocked by with bricks.
Ah, I see. The answer to that question is quite simple. Window tax. Window tax. What?
Window tax. Window tax.
Window text, what is that?
Surely, not a tax on windows?
Precisely that.
Oh my goodness!
Until relatively recently, a tax was levied on households in this country by the number of their windows. Those of lesser means, having inherited a sizable and costly family home perhaps, rapidly closed the windows up. While the rich opened windows here, there, and everywhere. In an effort to curry favor with those in power by furnishing them with large sums of tax money.
That makes no sense. How awful!
Then just
forcing people to live in rooms devoid of light.
Indeed, disease was rife as a result.
What are you doing in the background?
So, some 40 years ago, or thereabouts, the window tax was abolished.
What I was doing, I was putting something on my, well, on my Chromecast, so I have something on the background ready. Always have something running.
Okay, that makes sense.
But its legacy remains, as you can see, in squalid lodgings such as these, for example.
When someone lived for the living in London, not very generous perhaps?
It would appear so. I've done a little digging. And discovered that these lodgings were offered at an extraordinarily low price. Because, oh, sorry.
Because the room is so awful, I should think.
Apparently, sorry, bro. Sorry, bro.
Ah, I see. The explanation of window taxes is like a void from the law that they will not enter their home because they cannot see. It's on Wikipedia page if you are searching for window taxes. It's
So it's actually a thing.
yeah, it's in its explanation in the Roman timeline. The similarities that having that window taxes is of course the United Kingdom, France, Belgium, the Netherlands, and Spain. Interesting. Go ahead.
Apparently, only moved here about 1 week ago.
Yes, that's correct. However, I don't believe the low rent is explained by the shabby nature of the accommodation.
Oh?
Still, that is of little relevance here, a matter not worthy of further attention.
Are you sure? I'm curious now.
Well, I believe I've told you all I can now.
Thank you, Mr. Sholmes.
Ah yes, Mr. Naragodo. Was it not your intention to become a practitioner of law?
You remember that, did you?
Will you perhaps be offering your services in this very matter, I wonder? To the occupant of this room, Mr. Natsumi, was it?
Not sure.
Not sure? On what grounds?
Well, I'm actually defending someone in court here only yesterday.
Really? Well then, I congratulate you, sir, on an ambition realized. And so promptly, too.
Thing is, really made me question things. Am I right to believe in my clients, to trust their innocence?
Yes, trust.
Jones? Somebody didn't do it, did he?
My dear fellow, I haven't the faintest idea.
Faintest?
The first, sorry.
Oh, but I thought that's why you were here. Came back to investigate?
Ah yes, that was indeed my initial intention. But there are simply too many fascinating books here. I couldn't possibly ignore them.
Oh, I see.
Nevertheless, there are two facts that I can state quite unequivocally. The man who fled the scene of the crime 2 days ago was the Japanese occupant of this room, and there are witnesses who swear to having seen the same man commit the crime. That is all I can say. Ah, and one more thing.
Oh, what is it, Mr. Sholmes? Tell us.
I cannot say with any certainty whether or not it is of relevance to this case, but I am quite sure that the retired army man who owns this property is hiding something.
This guy
You
that
don't
is.
say. You don't say.
He jumps says out as much as before actually, didn't he?
Anyway, at present, that is really all that plays in my mind in relation to this case.
Mr. Naruhodo, are you sleepy? As yet, your investigations have uncovered nothing that could help establish Mr. Natsume's innocence.
I'm just still waking up, Shira. No, you're right. Perhaps time we probed well deep into Garadep's secret.
Just remember, I cannot be sure whether the landlord's secret will prove to be of relevance or not. But I wish you every success, of course, Mr. Naruhodo.
A busy man indeed. He's gone back to his book in the corner of the room. It.
Eesh, that was a lot of stuff.
9th of February, Mr. Garadep's room. Ah, you paragon. Tell me, what's the detective chap? I forget his name. Still hard at work down there. Mr. Herlock Sholmes? Ah, yes, rings a very well. All that detective business isn't really my thing, I'm afraid.
Oh, Mr. Shums in his element down there.
Jolly good show. Another cup of tea, if you please, Juan.
Now then, why don't you tell me what else? For the unclean time, woman, will you watch what you barely were doing? I shall be serving dinner shortly, sir. Ah, yes, of course. Frightfully rude of me, but I'm afraid I shall have to ask to take your leave, if you be so kind.
Oh, yes, of course. We are deeply grateful for all your assistance.
Not at all, not at all. Don't get much chance to talk with young fortunes like yourself. It's been a pleasure. Best of luck and all that. Perhaps you could see yourselves out.
According to Mrs. Sholmes, Gerda is hiding something. You know, if the investigation is open to us at the moment, maybe we should do some digging.
Digging in the salt mines.
I came to dig, 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 dig.
Hey, look at that.
What is he doing over there?
He looks
Mr.
he looks like
Schultz?
he's about to jump out the window.
Jumping out a window.
Aha! We meet again, my dear fellow.
Oh, good gracious! When did you sneak in here?
Look shown, sir, at your service.
Everywhere you turn over by that window.
I am given to watching the evening sky at sunset, madam. Yet sadly, cheerful as the room downstairs undoubtedly is, it lacks an aperture for such observation. So I took the liberty of borrowing a small corner of space by the window up here.
Row.
Keep an eye through one window at dusk is a pretty done thing to do in London, I'm gathering.
Ah, and one other thing, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh, me?
I thought perhaps you might be in need of a certain great detective's great mind.
Wait, you're not talking about... Is he... I didn't expect to go and do that again so soon. Are we?
Oh, do you mean Mr. Sholmes?
There is a mighty secret in this modest room. My eyes see even the most trivial of typos. I take it you're prepared, Mr. Naruhodo?
I think so.
There's just enough time for one of my greatly admired great deductions. Let us conclude the matter before dark.
Yo!
Looks like we're back to this.
Ah,
Okay.
poop.
Mr. Garadeb. Though it would seem you are a military man of considerably distinguished service, your standing as a landlord is most certainly not what one might call first rate. I'm afraid, sir, that it is all too clear to me. There are two conclusions I have been able to draw by careful observation of your living arrangement.
I beg your pardon?
The first is that even as we speak, you are concealing the presence of a ferocious beast in your care.
Eh?
And the second is that as a result of the beast's violent rampage, you have lost something very dear to you.
Mr. Naruhodo, look!
Old man broke out a cold sweat. Leave it, Mr. conclusions both spot on.
How? How could you possibly?
How could I possibly know, you mean to inquire? The answer couldn't be simpler, sir. For in a dense jungle of logic and reasoning, I am the king of beasts. What?
Ah!
And I know only too well that wild beasts are not easily tamed. So,
If it now
shall we
happens while
begin?
we're doing, I'm hoping.
Once again, Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular.
Okay, this is actually why I want to end off, but at least there will be a nice cliffhanger because I want to do this so badly next time. We're a little bit short on time. Sorry. Oops.
So, okay, next week then.
If everything goes to plan, yes.
According to plan by Danny, of course.
Not only
He might
me.
proceed further. He might
So yeah,
proceed
this is where we're gonna end off for today's video, guys. We'll
Yes,
possibly be
indeed.
back next week if everything goes to plan. If not, stay tuned. Make sure to subscribe or hit the follow button. You can also hit the notification bell. You can also go to twitch.tv/MegaDragonoid posting my streams. tv.com for my art. And for my Twitter page, Blue Hedge Dan. Anybody want to add stuff?
If you want to go to my YouTube, it's called Princess Sira. I'm doing also the gameplay of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, the final story mode, as well for Sonic Superstars. I'm available also doing an ASMR roleplay fantasy, if you're interested. And I'm working on DeviantArt's Inktober challenge. I have a list already, and we are right now at the 22nd of October. If you want to see more, just go to my DeviantArt on Sira the Hedgehog with the light blue hedgehog onto it.
Justin?
And for my stuff, so my YouTube is Just Parodies Man. My Twitch is Just Parodies Miner. My DeviantArt is just my name, Justin C. Hunt. I have my book, The Freyon Fables Rise to the Challenge, which is available on Amazon. And I am slowly working on a sequel to that, which I'm hoping to be released sometime next year.
Let's hope so. And yeah, if Shira's going to say what she's kind of playing, I'm doing a lot of games, as you probably noticed, but I'm actually if you watch by tomorrow, you'll be seeing a different game that has been only released last Friday, which is Spider-Man 2. I do have a lot more games. Some of them I'm just playing off screen. Some I'm doing on screen.
Well, at least Spider Cop is back.
Yeah, and Yuri is still going rogue as somehow as an vigilante or something. I don't know. Yeah, we have to see that in the future. So I wish you all a good day, a good week, and see you probably next week, everybody. Bye bye.
Peace.